another installment of internet where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Check it out. Look, Donald Orange Man Trump, he done threatened the whole world with nukes. He's gonna nuke them. He's gonna nuke them by 9 o'clock. Now, everybody gonna be dead. 2 hours later, he tucked his tail and ran home. I guess, the generals told him, we ain't give you no nuclear codes, mother. And you and Netanyahu. Yeah, there's your tough guy. Trump. Tough in the mother. Till he's under pressure. Then that motherfucker melts like butter. Orange juice. He just got juiced, y'all. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Internet, where we get to you straight, no chasers. Congress, both sides of the aisle, just denied the Fed till 2030 to come up with a government-based, forced up on you, cryptocurrency.
I ask unanimous consent to resume the motion to proceed to calendar number 311, H.R. 7147.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The clerk will report.
I have 4 requests for committees to meet during today's session of the Senate. They have the approval of the majority and minority leaders.
Duly noted.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And this is a big win for XRP and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies out there. So, yeah, I think with Netanyahu being dead, Mossad headquarters being blown up, all the little motherfucking tapes of the Congress people with the little babies and shit on their dicks and feeding them, having them pizza parties, I think all that got blown up too. So now they can vote with their conscience. Thank you, Iran. Keep up the good work. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Congressman Tim Burchett says aliens could be stationed in 5 or 6 underwater bases off the coast of the U.S.
There is a form of alien life and machinery which maybe brought this living creature here that interacted in some form with people?
A very high-ranking naval official described, I've talked about this before, underwater craft, something big as a football field, moving at over 200 miles an hour. And there's no fish in the ocean that would do that. We don't even have a sub that'll probably do 40 miles an hour under the... and the last thing he said before he left my office was, it was kind of weird because he didn't go out he went out the side door, which nobody ever uses. And he looked at me, he pulled me up close, and he said, Tim, they're real.
We already know they're in Antarctica. That's why ain't nobody allowed to go there. Because Antarctica is really all the way around us. The Earth ain't round, y'all. They ain't never been to space. And that's our next story. They're lying. And they just said it out their own mouth. Check it out. This motherfucker said this is gonna be the first time people have landed on the moon.
This is the first time we're gonna send humans to the moon, and we're gonna have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome. Like, we should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment to go, that's awesome.
I thought we did that shit in the late 60s, early 70s. That's a race? So it was shot on the studio lot and black and white film out in Arizona. Yeah, okay then. I knew it was fake, because he just had too many shadows. If there's only one sun, how come the astronaut got 6, 7 shadows? It's the lighting. See? Lighting. See? Can't fool a motherfucker who's in the business of acting. So, yeah. Nice try, though. Yeah, a bunch of motherfuckers about that shit. My mama told me they ain't meant to no goddamn moon. They lying. That was enough for me. We'll be right back after this. Listen to your mama. She know what the fuck she talking about. My mama ain't no rocket scientist. She was an operator for AT&T. And still knew they didn't go no goddamn moon. Huh? You know how she knew? They picked up a red phone and called the astronauts. There was no mobile phones back then. He's on a hard line. What's the hard line to space?
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, also, President Trump called the astronauts and they refused to talk to the mother. Check it out. They just kept spinning the mic in zero gravity. Wink, wink. They had the strings, but they just kept on flipping it, and he just kept talking that nobody answered him whatsoever.
Humans have really never seen anything quite like what you're doing in a manned spacecraft. It's really special. I want to personally salute and congratulate Commander Reed Weissman, Pilot Victor Glover, Mission Specialist Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen. And I also want to thank the entire amazing team at NASA, headed by Jared, who's a very special guy, by the way. And
that's how much people hate this motherfucker. When you can't get a group of lying-ass astronauts to talk to the lying-ass president, something is damn near gone wrong. Something is wrong with the world. Look, you need to start paying your employees a living wage. Otherwise, this could happen to your business too. Check it out.
Should have paid us enough to fucking live. You know, we may not get paid enough to fucking live, but these bitches dirt cheap. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to fucking live.
Also, everybody that worked there is now out of a job too, because this one motherfucker who just felt like he wasn't getting paid enough had to burn down the entire operation. And then post it online, so he wanted to go to jail, obviously, because that's where he's headed. And he's going to do quadruple life. I don't give a big giant warehouse, that's a big giant company, and they got pockets that are deep. Every judge in the state of California is going to give your ass quadruple life, because they've been paid to do so. Every cop is going to make sure that you're getting raped every day for the rest of your goddamn life, as long as your booty hole holds up. If he could only take those skills to the prison and burn those down. They ain't gonna let him near a match. They ain't gonna let him near an outlet. He ain't gonna get no number 2 pencils that he can heat that lead up in the outlet and start a fire. This motherfucker ain't gonna see fire forever, ever. I doubt if he get any heat in his cell. They gonna keep that shit frozen. Only thing gonna be hot in that motherfucker is gonna be that asshole. Burnt to a crisp from the friction from every just thrashing him. We'll be right back after this commercial break. In Africa, where I'll be heading in a couple of weeks. Nigeria, I'm coming. 3 shows, 3 cities. Check it out. In Africa, they had this play, and this dude, he was playing Jesus. And, it came to the part where, the Romans caught him, and they beating him. And he didn't take too kindly to the beating, because the mother actors was deep in the character. I think they was method acting. And they got to thrashing him. Yeah. Check it out.
This is the passion of Christ. Watch this video to the end.
That motherfucker broke character quick, said, Jesus, I'm Ubuntu, and I'm about to f you up. And then they said, you ain't Ubuntu, and they chased that motherfucker out there. Kept whipping him, though. They stayed in character. They was Romans all the way out the door, still chasing him, probably still Roman. Yeah, shit, don't them Romans, boy. You ain't no Jesus. Jesus could take a hit and keep on ticking. Your ass broke character and ran. It's only one Jesus. I guess that's the moral to the story. Ain't nobody supposed to be playing Jesus, especially nobody white. We'll be right back after this commercial break. He was a nigga. The sky turned bloodshot red across Europe. I just missed it because I just got back from London. And that's because God loves me and said, I don't want that to see that shit close. So now it's bloodshot red. The book of Revelations unfolding every day. So stay on your knees, stay prayed up, stayed up, because everybody else about to be laid up in hell anyway. Also in the news, he's about to say something, Space. That nigga got scared. The sky turned bloodshot red. The thing had something to do with NASA and them faking the shit. Anyway, they throw some red in the atmosphere Anyway, I think the orange shit is from the orange spacesuits that they jumped out of, because they wasn't on the rocket when it took off. There's footage of them motherfuckers sliding down ropes in the back of it. Smoke and mirrors, just like magic, anyway. But the illusion's so big that people bought into it. And also, 12 of the scientists, engineers that worked on the Artemis project all mysteriously showed up dead or disappeared.
There's a story that caught our attention. We're talking about a number of U.S. scientists, some connected to very sensitive research, who have died or disappeared.
Let that sink in. So, they're acting again. I guess they came together and tried to blackmail them for some money. Otherwise, we're gonna tell them how we did the trick. And now they tricked, and they did. If you in on the motherfucking hustle, stay in on the hustle. I guess the moral to that story is, don't jump ship too late, because the hustle gonna continue. You're gonna be maggot food. We'll be right back after this commercial break. A father is suing his son for being gay. He called him a 25-year worthless investment. Check it out.
And when I had a son, it was doubly joyful because then I knew that the family name would carry on. And he's a boy who's always made me proud. He's always been smart and well-behaved and a great boy. You know.
So all this sounds really, really lovely, Mr. Talbot. So why are you suing your lovely, well-behaved, high-achieving son for $6,000?
One day, asked if he could have his friend Kevin stay over, and I found them kissing.
Michael, I am so disappointed in your behavior. You cannot kiss another man, especially in my house. If you want to live a homosexual lifestyle, you'll need to move out. This behavior is unacceptable within our family and friend circle in Memphis.
I know what y'all saying. That's kind of harsh, but I don't know, man. I don't know. If I only had one son, and and you trying to continue your lineage, because your name means something to you, and you gave the boy your name, your last name, and he's supposed to go out and have children and bring you some grandchildren. So therefore, your name carries on throughout eternity. But no.
His son turned out to like dick.
I ain't never seen a dick produce another baby, so I think he's justified suing the motherfucker for all the money he invested in his ass, and he's gonna pass the businesses on to him. But no, I think he's justified. I mean, put your comments in comments, because I don't read them any way. Anyway, as a father, he should have known. He should have known. Try to take him out in the back and play catch with him. And he just kept looking at the balls. He should have known. No people. Most people's sons ask for a mini bike. He just wanted a mini skirt. The father should have known. So I think the father's gonna lose the court case, because, he was living with you. You should have known. You should have known when he was skipping through the house and crying at musicals. Yep. He played football, but it was the only position he wanted to play was center. He just liked feeling them hands between his butt cheeks. The father should have known. Welcome back to NNN, where we get to you straight, no straight. You can't even gamble nowadays without it being rigged. This motherfucker was up to $600,000 on a slot machine, and then it just went out.
Give me one. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. Give us another one.
Get your And they saying, was it a glitch? It wasn't no glitch. The motherfucker up in the control room turned that bitch off, because they ain't got the money to pay. Ran and dove into the machine and tried to cut the motherfucker back off. And they ain't gonna pay his hospital bill. They ain't gonna pay the $600,000 that was on the machine. If I was him, I'd call a couple of attorneys and get the chip out that machine. But I'm probably sure they done pulled the chip already, so you ain't gonna find it. But yeah, go up in the control booth and figure out how they got wired. And if it's rigged where they press a button and turn the off, you still gonna get paid your $600,000. Now the attorney gonna take $500,000, but at least you made $100,000. We'll be right back after this commercial break. You know what time it is. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check me out on Rady Plus. Satisfied? Yep. All right. This story is not shocking. Mississippi Department of Public Safety, they were packing up to move to a new office, and in packing they found a bunch of sheets. Yeah, I mean the sheets with the eyes cut out. You know, the conehead sheets. The Klan. And they found a ledger with all the members that worked there. And at the police department, at the sheriff department, they found a ledger with all these motherfuckers who owe dues to the Klan. So you can't join the Klan and not pay dues, motherfucker. Yeah, if you don't pay your dues to the Klan, they're gonna give you a sheet, but just with one eye. So somebody could blindside you on that side where that eye ain't cut out. So if I was y'all, I'd pay the dues, because niggas hit hard and fast. Y'all know, because y'all be falling asleep every time. You can't be racist and not be able to fight. We'll be right back. I thought they was racist for free. These motherfuckers gotta pay to be racist and buy sheets and all that shit. What kind of shit is that? Also in the news, Kristi Noem, her husband, is a cross-dresser. Check it out. That is one ugly-ass bitch. If you gonna cross-dress, at least look like a bitch. This is one handsome asshole. We'll be right back after this commercial break. In Chicago, later this year, they're going to be opening up the first AI school. Yeah, artificial intelligence is going to be teaching your kids math, reading,
and some other shit.
Just putting teachers out of work. We get rid of the humans, they can't have an opinion about the curriculum that we slanging down their throat that's filled with lies and
bullshit.
So let's just have AI pump out the lies and bullshit so that we can brainwash an entire new generation to be obedience, motherfucking slave, cast sons of bitches. Homeschool your children. That way you can instill in them what you want, the values you believe, not the bullshit slummed by the United States government. Yep, we'll be right back.
That was loud in my ear.
Yeah, goddamn. Casinos are a dangerous place. If it's the machine stealing your money. Offset got shot in the ass in the casino. And they said he owed about $600,000. Maybe Offset turned the machine off. Offset.
Shot in the ass.
At a casino. Y'all don't have metal detectors? How the f you get the gun in the casino? Pow! In the ass. Shot him in the ass. God damn. There's no place is safe. Chick-fil-A laid off an entire motherfucking staff after they posted online. They wasn't booty clapping, they were titty clapping. Check it out.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
Not a good-looking one amongst them. I'd have fired their ass too. Get a new crop and yeah. Whew. That was scary to look at. Yeah, I had to go throw up. God damn, with some beat up titties. Them ain't no bras. Them was straps. It was straps. You pull the motherfuckers out, they hitting the kneecaps. Cover the motherfuckers hitting the shoe. Yeah, they could flip them over their shoulder and feed some kids from behind. Yeah, those are flat bags is what those are. Those aren't titties, those are flat bags. Don't be too clapping titties. What the f? Only white boys like that kind of shit. Get titty. You know, give me the pussy, bitch. You don't want no titties. Give me the pussy. We'll be right back! has been officially charged with a DUI. He wasn't drunk, he was drugged under the influence. They found some Oxycontin, some kind of in his system when they did the blood test. So let's pray for Tiger, because he has problems to be on drugs and flipping cars. Oh yeah, Tiger definitely high. They asked him to touch his nose. This start. I don't know if he giving himself a pound or playing knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old came rolling home. He's looking stressed. That mother got bags underneath his eyes. That hairline is back to here. That ain't no forehead. That's a 10 to 12 head. He's got a lot on his mind, but he ain't got much on his head. If you're a passenger with Tiger, just jump out the car, because this motherfucker can't drive. I mean, he can drive off the tee. Yeah, he can drive. I ain't seen nobody drive like that motherfucker since. But putting him behind the wheel, he can't drive. Can't drive. This motherfucker ain't no race car driver. I think y'all should just go on and let him have his hoes back. He was just fine when he had a hole for every hole of golf. 18 holes a day. You couldn't beat him. Now you done took his hoes and stuck him with just one white woman. That nigga's pissed. His name is Tiger, not Kitty Cat. Till next time, I'm out. Just get with you.